Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our 2024 Pi Theta Chapter Induction Ceremony. We are all here today to celebrate Phi Theta Kappa honor students and their achievements. My name is Kristen Hoffman, Retention Specialist here at HCC, and I am one of the five Pi Theta Chapter Advisors. In addition to myself, we have two other staff advisors, Dawn Schonenberger, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Student Services, and Jessica Baker, Allied Health Program Manager, and two faculty advisors, Alicia Drumgold and Stacy Rakowski. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed administration and faculty. Your unwavering dedication and support have been instrumental in our chapter's success. We couldn't have achieved all that we have without you. A heartfelt thank you. Finally, I want to welcome the families and friends who have joined us this evening. Your presence adds to the joy of this occasion as we come together to celebrate our students' academic achievements. Thank you for being here. Now, I'd like to introduce our platform party. Our regional officer, Scott Petty, Maryland, D.C. State President. Maya Minter, Pi Theta Chapter President. Brand Latinicus, Vice President. Haley Himes, Chief Officer of Leadership and Scholarship. Caleb Baer, Chief Officer of Service and Fellowship. Ariana Bond, Chief Officer of Fundraising and Public Relations. Ava Lackner, Recording Secretary. And Jake Klauber, Student Government Liaison. We have several special guests with us this evening, and it is now my great pleasure to introduce our first speaker of the night, our Dean of Students, Dr. Christine Old-Gelati.
Thank you, Kristen. Good evening. A Servant Leader poem by Caleb Morris. I am a leader, courageous and strong. I wonder if anybody else needs help. I hear a community sharing each other along. I see a community thriving and doing well. I want a community with an impenetrable bond. I am a leader, courageous and strong. To be given the opportunity for membership into Pi Theta Kappa, one must be a high-achieving student academically. We know that each of you have achieved much academically. Congratulations on your academic achievement. But I'm going to challenge you, tonight's inductees, to take your PTK membership a step further. Whether you're being inducted tonight and graduating on Saturday, leaving HCC for a four-year college or a work opportunity, or, and especially, if you're returning to HCC for classes this summer or in the fall, because wearing the title of a PTK member does not necessarily stop at doing well in the classroom. And this has been demonstrated by your outgoing 2023-2024 PTK officers and other active members. I remember the first day of classes, way back in August of 2023. Y'all remember that? August 2023. When I first noticed several students at a table set up in the Student Center lobby. The table reappeared the next day, and I stopped what I was doing, and I noticed what was happening. It was you, our PTK leaders, who were engaged in your college project. You were welcoming students and helping new students navigate the challenges of the first week of classes. This continued with chit-chats and coffee, and I later discovered that PTK members were also very involved in HCC's newly developed first-year experience class, providing critical feedback in the development of that class. And that class reached, I think, about 200 new students this past year. Fall semester alone, more in the spring, and we'll reach even more this coming year. I saw the same spirit of service throughout the year, all the way up into and including Haley's scholarship panel back in March, which made its way beyond a one-time Thursday evening presentation on campus, but also into English classrooms and scholarship resources that are going to be usable for future students. In short, PTK has not only thrived as a club, its members have not only thrived in the classroom, but PTK has also helped HCC's community thrive this past year. A servant leader focuses primarily on the growth and the well-being of people in the communities to which they belong. Congratulations to the outgoing officers on an exemplary year of modeling servant leadership, in addition to academic excellence. I challenge tonight's inductees and future leaders to continue in the same spirit of courageous, strong leadership, cheering each other along to see a striving community doing well. The stage has been set, the bar has been set high, and I have no doubt that you are beyond capable of continuing in the traditions created. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Olgelati. Now please welcome our second guest speaker, an individual whose dedication and contributions have left an indelible mark on our students, Dr. Ashley Whaley, Senior Director of College Advancement.
Thank you. Good evening. Congratulations to our inductees for making the decision to join Phi Theta Kappa. I'm honored to speak tonight, and as I was preparing my remarks, I was reminded of my journey with PTK, and it began 20 years ago when I was a student sitting in this very front row here at HCC being inducted to Phi Theta Kappa. When I was a student, though, I didn't participate as much as I wanted to. I went to a couple meetings, I attended a couple of events, but I should have done so much more, and I had regretted it ever since the opportunity passed. But I did get my opportunity to make it up in a new role about 10 years ago when I was asked to serve as co-advisor of the Pi Theta chapter at HCC, and I could not have been happier. It was an opportunity to be more engaged, and at this time, I was going to do it right. It was an incredibly rewarding experience, and I got to do it for 5 years. Even though it was fulfilling to serve as a co-advisor, my work with PTK was not complete. During this past year, I got to work as the Senior Director of College Advancement to help our students raise funds to go to their conference. The work that we did was impactful. I even worked with our advisor team to advocate for annual support so that students every year would be able to attend conferences, and every year students who did not have the financial resources to join PTK would have the opportunity. One of my most memorable moments as an advisor was I attended many conferences, and one of the sessions, there was a speaker who talked about the story of Drew Dudley. Drew Dudley is a motivational speaker who works as a student activities director at a university, and he kind of took the phrase lollipop moments, and that stuck with me, so I want to share with you that story. Drew was leaving the university that he worked for. It was his last day, and he received a note from a girl that he didn't remember. She didn't look familiar, he didn't know who she was, and it was a thank you note saying, "You changed my life." And in the letter, the girl explained that 4 years prior, she was at that university attending new student orientation as a freshman. She was very overwhelmed. She was with her parents. She thought, this isn't the right place. I don't think I made the right decision. Maybe I should have stayed home. Drew was walking around, as he should, as the student director or student activities director, and he was having conversations with students. He was passing out lollipops, and he gave a lollipop to the boy standing next to her, and he told the boy, "I want you to give the beautiful lady in front of you this lollipop." He did. She took it, and Drew looked at her parents and said, her first day away from home, and she's already taking candy from a stranger. Yeah, I thought that was funny. So in the letter, she explained it was at that moment that she was laughing, she looked around the room, and everyone else was laughing, and she thought, this is where I'm supposed to be. I made the right choice. So that's why he coined it lollipop moments. So my point in sharing that story with you is that for me, being a student at HCC, being in PTK, that was my lollipop moment as well, and I hope that for you all as inductees, the officers, outgoing members, please let this be a lollipop moment for you and let it change your life. Take advantage of the opportunities that PTK has to offer through leadership, fellowship, service, and scholarship. It was my lollipop moment as a student that brought me back to HCC because I had such a rewarding experience, and I thought, I want to work there. Like, that sounds fun. How fun is it to get paid to do something that you love in an environment that everyone just looks like they're having such a great time? So sometimes the things we do, it seems small, it seems like it's not making a difference, but you never know the person that you're touching and the impact that you're having in somebody else's life. It is those moments that at HCC, it gives meaning to our motto of stay close, go far. Students gain experiences and opportunities that are life-changing, whether it's being inducted to Phi Theta Kappa on May 14th, 2024, finding passion in a program of study, or being offered a student worker position. This college truly understands the importance of these opportunities as a necessity to providing a sense of connection for our students. If you look around the room, we are surrounded by people that believe in the mission of the college and the purpose of Phi Theta Kappa. Thank you to the PTK advisors, officers, and current members for their commitment to PTK, and thank you to the inductees for making the decision to join. I hope that you will be inspired thinking about your lollipop moments and the future of lollipop moments that you don't even know as it awaits you. Congratulations and best of luck on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Whaley. Now, please join me in welcoming our final guest speaker, Professor Mike Harsh. Professor Harsh has been in the field of education for over 50 years. He may have taught not only you, but your parents and possibly your grandparents. His influence has left a mark on both our college and our community. Mike, come on up.
Sorry, it took a moment. I was looking for my walker. Thanks for inviting me. This is great. This is actually an opportunity for me to do maybe a mini last lecture, since I will be retiring in June. And my grades have already been turned in, so those of you who are in my class, you probably know you did very well. I want to congratulate each of you on behalf of my colleagues, the full-time and part-time faculty. Extend those congratulations. It's my honor to do that, to honor your achievements, and to get you a step closer to the party after this, so that's good. Now, I gotta be honest. A few of you have probably plucked our nerves. I have a list. I've kept the names. Many of you, though, have touched our hearts, and some of you have become genuine friends. All of you reached important goals in your lives to be here. So, in gratitude, allow me to express your thanks to this institution, as I like to call it, the Big HCC, for the following. Thank you. Long-lasting Robinwood Drive and Interstate 81 and 70 road construction and accidents. The best excuse for being late to class since, well, Mike Martin was advising me and we lost track of time. Thank you to that little tiny elevator in the STEM building. Not only is it too small, but the odors in there are the perfect pregame to huffing the smells in the chem lab. Thank you, extension parking lots, making brisk physical fitness walks every day a necessity. And for the many stair steps around campus, because every day at HCC is leg day. Also want to say thank you to the white utility van driving on the sidewalks. They help keep our quick twitch muscle reactions sharp as we jump to avoid getting flattened. Thank you to all the unused staff parking places adjacent to our classes, allowing us to ponder HCC's motto: stay close, park way over there, and you will go far. Thank you to the multiple locked and thus unusable entrances throughout campus, because it teaches us patience and perseverance. Thank you, HCC and Mother Nature, for the hedge apples scattered around the grounds. Perfect weapon for the zombie apocalypse. Thank you to the vending machines on campus. That's our own version of Robin Hood roulette. Your money goes in, who knows what comes out or doesn't. Thank you. Tuition is now less expensive than buying things in the campus store. After all, who doesn't want a really good $35 logo t-shirt worth $6? But most of all, guys, thanks to you, our students. You're what makes this profession magical, and you give us great hope for the future. Since many of your family and friends here today haven't had the opportunity to share a class with us, I thought I'd let them hear a few of the more memorable lines that are actually used in the classes here, honest, from both students and faculty. And I hope you can tell which are which. The computer ate my paper. It'll be an easy test. I just have a question. It's on the syllabus. Will this online class be much work? Can I major in Pearson Online? The truth isn't important. It's what people believe that matters. Okay, everybody, take both hands, stretch them out, and get a firm grip on reality. Will this be on the test? I wasn't here last class. Did I miss anything? No, and neither did we. You didn't ask what I studied. That's because you apparently didn't study what I asked. So the college announced its opening at 11:30, but I have a 12 o'clock class. So does my class still meet? Sorry, I guess I did zing you a little bit there, Jim. So let's all join hands and see if we can contact the living. And if we all talk individually at the same time, nobody will know what anybody's saying. Remember, encyclopedia are never appropriate for college research. I want your intelligence, not an artificial one. I didn't copy that. I cut and pasted it. Don't be a victim. You know this. But really, and seriously, most importantly, often overheard on this campus, hey, thanks. That was a great class. And hey, thanks. You're a great student. Because my colleagues and I believe that if we succeed in giving each other the love of learning, the learning itself is sure to follow. Learning without courage and honor is an empty and useless goal. If you know and you don't act, you don't know. As your education and your life continues, reach for greater heights. Puzzle with differential equations. Calculate enzyme reactions. Plot ratios. Mind meld with Aristotle, Plato, Freud, Jung. Be inspired by Sojourner Truth, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela. Weep with Achilles and Jesus of Nazareth. Howl with Whitman and Ginsberg. Celebrate life with Mozart, Voltaire, Mary Shelley, and Emily Dickinson. Keep it real. And whether you decide to drain the swamp or tend your own garden, do it. Now, contrary to popular opinion, the oldest profession in the world is really teaching. It's not accidental that the founders of all the major religions were in fact teachers. Teaching is not just what we do. Teaching is an art. Teaching is an act of loving. And here in the community college, we're teaching and loving our students who are most in need of education to make a better life for themselves and their families. So these are the goals we strive for. Think clearly, speak persuasively, write and calculate accurately, be more critical, more curious, and more imaginative. Learn to love honor more than honors. Maintain a lively sense of humor, coupled with the ability to laugh at yourself. Continue to be real and authentic people who learn constantly and love genuinely. Combine your academic competence with a moral conscience, or, as the Bible says, get a heart of wisdom. Deprovincialize your minds, Understand that the acquisition of knowledge is second only to its use, or as Aristotle said, knowledge is power. Think the second thought. Understand, ships are safe in harbors, but that's not what ships are for. Sail against the wind. Be strong, be bold, and never, 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 never stop learning. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Professor Harsh. We will now hear a little more about the meaning of the symbolism of Phi Theta Kappa from our Pi Theta chapter officers.
Good evening, inductees. You are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship that embraces community colleges not only of your state, but of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is the Pi Theta chapter. After induction, you'll discover a scholarly atmosphere among the members, and your active participation will make the organization meaningful to you. Now our Pi Theta chapter Vice President Bryn will continue.
Good evening. The candle that you will light tonight is symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom that dwells with prudence and leads in the way of righteousness amid the paths of judgment. And now from our Chief Officer of Leadership and Scholarship, Haley.
Good evening. The white rose that you'll receive tonight represents the purity and beauty of life, with its white buds as a symbol of our newly formed intellectual friendship. Let's hear more from Caleb Baer, Chief Officer of Service and Fellowship.
Behind the band is a wreath, on the one side composed of oak leaves and on the other, laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character, as symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for members in our society. Our Chief Officer of Fundraising and Public Relations, Ariana, will tell you more.
Above the band, you'll find the representation of Athena's head, a symbol of learning. In the base, the Greek letters appear, signifying light, the illumination of knowledge and learning. These elements embody the common ideal for members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society.
Thank you, officers, for sharing more information about the PTK symbolism. At this time, inductees, please stand, approach the ramp to your right, and line up to enter the stage. As your name is called, please move to the table to sign the chapter record book and receive your rose and candle. Your sponsor will meet you as you enter the stage to light your candle before you exit the stage. Please return to your seat and remain standing. Alexia Menser, Dr. Stacy Rykowski, sponsor. It said Stacy, I wasn't sure which one. Thomas Wiedmeyer, sponsor, Professor Amanda Miller. Jalen Smith, sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Jack Crumpy, sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Caitlin Kuntz, sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Wyatt Klauber, sponsor, Professor Stacy McGee. Yep, Storm Wolford. Sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Isabella Showalter, sponsor, Dr. Stacy Rykowski. Joshua Igarva, sponsor, Alicia Drumgold. Lauren Latta, sponsor, Dr. Stacy Rykowski. Alyssa Pinto, sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Theba Khan, sponsor, Dr. Stacy Rykowski. Isaiah Colon, sponsor, Dr. Stacy Rykowski. Emily Shoup, sponsor, Kristen Hoffman. Wilma Hunt Blake, sponsor, Basel Franks. Sophia Ray, sponsor, Basel Franks. Sarah Omar Radwan, sponsor, Dr. Stacy Rykowski. Colin Hinton, sponsor, Joseph Marshner. And Nicole Mangold, sponsor, Jess Baker.
We will now state the PTK oath. Inductees, please repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly promise on this 14th day of May to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to keep this object and aim in my mind. And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors.
It is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the lively fellowship of scholars it affords. I salute you for your accomplishment. I charge you to explore always for the truth and to dedicate yourself to the cultivation of the well-reasoned life, a prelude to service and honor. Congratulations. You may blow out your candles and be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Christine Hoffman.
Thank you, officers. At this time, we will induct our 2024-2025 officer team. May I please have our new president, Alexia Menser, Vice President Thomas Widmeyer, Chief Officer of Leadership and Scholarship, Jalen Smith, Chief Officer of Service and Fellowship, Jack Crumpy, Chief Officer of Fundraising and Public Relations, Caitlin Kuntz, and Recording Secretary, Amanda Snyder. Please enter the stage to your right.
Before you assume your obligations as officers of the chapter, you shall take the pledge of membership in Phi Theta Kappa. Repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to maintain by honest and independent endeavor the ideals of scholarship for which this organization stands. You are charged with learning the duties of your office and executing them to the best of your ability. Now repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly promise to fulfill to the best of my ability my duties as an officer of the Pi Theta chapter of PTK. You may now return to your seats.
So I have to go off script for just 10 seconds. I just want to say congratulations to all of you guys. I am so incredibly proud of all of you. They have grown so much throughout this last year, and I look forward to the new officer team coming in. They have come in with a lot of energy and excitement, and I'm looking forward to a new year and wishing those of you leaving us the best. So at this time, we would like to recognize several individuals whose contributions in support of our PTK chapter stand out. I'd like to ask Maya and Dr. Ashley Whaley to join me on the stage as we recognize Dr. Ashley Whaley for her continued dedication to our students. Her commitment to Phi Theta Kappa has been longstanding. As a former PTK student and chapter advisor, she has never stopped working to provide opportunities for our students to grow and thrive within PTK. Thank you, Ashley.
I get the pleasure to honor the next person that we are going to give an award this evening. The advisors and I would like to recognize a Pi Theta chapter officer who has gone above and beyond throughout their time with the chapter. This student's commitment to Phi Theta Kappa has been unwavering, to say the least. Their ability to ensure that all members feel included is inspiring and extends to prospective and incoming members. The student eagerly jumps in at any opportunity to represent our chapter. This student's animated personality and great sense of humor has motivated all of us to maintain a positive attitude throughout this year. I have had the pleasure of watching him grow and develop as a leader, and it is my pleasure to present this stole of gratitude to Caleb Bear.
I would like to invite Jake and Dr. Klauber to join us on stage as we recognize our president, Dr. Jim Klauber, for his tireless support of our chapter and its illustrious members. Dr. Klauber has been a champion of each and every PTK initiative and enthusiastically participated in our college project, Honors in Action, and this year's Catalyst event. We are all grateful for all of Dr. Klauber's efforts to transform our chapter and ensure an ongoing legacy of high achievement and academic success. Thank you.
I would like to invite Haley and Dr. Christine Olgelati as we recognize our Dean of Student Services for her support of our PTK team. Dr. Olgelati has served as a mentor and resource for our students during our college project, and we would like to thank her for her ongoing support of our chapter's efforts towards student service and fellowship. And now I would like to invite Bryn and Professor Mike Harsh back to the stage. We'd like to thank Mike tonight for being a friend, a mentor, and an institution within our institution for so long. On behalf of Hagerstown Community College and the Pi Theta chapter, I would like to thank our departing 2023-2024 chapter officer team for all their hard work and dedication in maintaining Pi Theta to be a chapter of excellence. So please stand as we recognize you for your service and dedication. We greatly appreciate the hard work, dedication, and commitment that you have all consistently demonstrated this last year. I would also like to congratulate the 2024-2025 chapter officer team, who I know will carry on traditions of excellence that have been established by their predecessors and continue to transform our chapter. This is the conclusion of our 2024 induction ceremony. Please join us out in the atrium for some light refreshments, and thank you very much for coming.